would be nice to hit the go live button, right?
Wow. Yeah, it would be.
I'm like, what? Well, okay. I'm like, why aren't people popping on yet? I'm like, oh,
Because
Derek's
they
gotta hit
don't
the
know
go
you're
live
on.
button first.
Do you know how many times I did that when I first started? Like,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Well, because I'm so new to StreamYard, I'm not used to it.
You'll get used. It's fairly easy.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. I like it already just because I can do everything right from this page because it
Yeah.
links right to YouTube right away. So
I'm just gonna bring it up.
here
I've got to.
comes Teresa.
My husband's wants to watch, so he's at work. So I'm just sending him the link. So yeah, I think I got it.
I had more people last week. I had like 20 people in my live, and I think that's the most I've ever had.
Oh wow.
It was nice.
Yeah. You'll probably get all, because like everyone that knows that I'm normally live at this time knows that I'm on your channel, so they hopefully will all come over too.
Right.
So yeah. Hi Teresa.
I got my Craftably box the other day.
Oh yes.
Oh boy.
I haven't done any of theirs.
I ended up with 4 kits and a coffee mug. Got one of their coffee mugs. I was like,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
And I spent like about $100. It wasn't bad.
That's not too bad. Everyone's in the other one. The other one that you'd set up. Yeah. They'll figure it out.
Yes. They'll see me on there. Here's Marianne.
Hi guys.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Sarah, would you mind letting them know that Derek had to redo it, so it's a different live? Please. Thank you. Yeah, so I've up until end of last year, I was kind of predominantly the other company that I'm no longer attached to. And so now I've been testing the waters with other companies and promoting them as much as I promote my own, because I don't believe in competition, like I said to you before. So I'm doing a Diamond Art Club at the moment. I've got quite a few of theirs, and I've got some Create Love shares. So
right. Is Create Love Share a company out that way?
Yeah, but they ship worldwide. Yeah.
Okay.
They're beautiful canvases. Like it's just like, it's not a soft lint, it's just a normal canvas, oil canvas, but they are nice. Yeah.
Hello, Travis and Chris.
My squishies. Hi Pixie.
My paintings were packaged very well.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, because I live in the United States. That's a long ride.
Yeah. So my ones come from China. So we print on demand, and they come from China. So when China had the COVID, and then the big factory shutdowns, and then Chinese New Year shut down, it kind of held us all up. So we've been playing catch up for like the last few months, but we're getting there. We are definitely catching up. So obviously, because you got yours.
Yes.
There's another big order due to be shipped sort of in the next week or two. So that's going to make a lot of people happy too. So it's already in with the supplier there, and in with my design team. So hi, Risa.
Risa is one of my. She actually bought me a coffee because I have the buy me a coffee option on my channel.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So she did that for me when I set it up. It took me a year and a half setting it up, but I set it up.
I've got it. I just never used it. Like I did use it. I use it for fundraising and stuff, but most of the time now I've got my Patreon, so that kind of helps with me a lot.
So,
because not only am I like a business, I'm also just a creator like everyone else. Like I diamond paint and
right.
just like everyone else. So yeah.
So, guys, if you're wondering, if you've never met Rose Profit, Rose Profit Creations, she has her own website, and she actually has, I call them rainbow diamond paintings because 85% of her site is rainbow. So if you're all about rainbow, go check out her website because her paintings are fabulous.
No. There's a lot more coming out. Like I've got a lot more that's not so rainbowy coming out because of balance and stuff. But we do have more rainbow stuff coming next month. So oh, happy birthday to your daughter, Risa.
Oh, a March baby.
So it's St. Paddy's Day here for me because I'm like a day ahead of you guys. So it's like 10 o'clock in the morning for me. And it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
My brain can't comprehend the time zone. It just can't. I'm like, oh, I can't.
Oh, Squishy's dad's birthday tomorrow too. Happy birthday to Squishy's dad.
Because
hi, Sherilyn.
Oh, hi, I call her my YouTube stalker. She seems to, when I do giveaways, she seems to always snag them. She's very quick with the fingers.
That can be taken so many ways. Yeah, I'm more Scottish than I'm not Irish at all. So St. Paddy's Day is just like another day for me. But I know I have a lot of Irish friends, so we do the St. Paddy's to kind of support them a little bit.
Yeah, it's actually one of the holidays I don't like.
Well, I'm Scottish.
It's been overkill. I mean, I call it the get drunk holiday because that's what people seem to use it for.
Oh, so that's where I went wrong. See, I gave up drinking. My body decided it was getting too old for drinking, so we kind of stopped.
So, guys, if you're wondering, it's morning for Rose Profit, and it's evening for me.
Yeah. Opposite ends of the world. But you think my dog thinks it's still bedtime because like she's just.
Oh.
Yeah. She'll no doubt pop her head up eventually. She's a bit of a camera hog, that one. We went to the Celtic Festival in St. Augustine, Florida. Oh, wow. That would have been fun. Yeah, getting people in. That's good.
Yes. 12 people in already.
Nice. So what do you want to do?
So just tell everyone about, what they can find at your website, a little background of the painting, what your paintings entail.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
All right. So I've been an artist officially an artist for about 4 or 5 years now. Before that, I was a portrait and animal cosplay photography kind of world where I did a lot of photography. I've been diamond painting for coming up probably 8 years now. It's been a while and love it. I started off with like most people do, and because I'm from New Zealand originally, we didn't have the big flash fancy companies. We didn't have anything. It was AliExpress. And that was where you got your diamond paintings from. So a lot of my first ones were from AliExpress. I bought one from Wish. Absolute crap. Never went back. That was it. But I was in the Huacan range, where Huacan, when they were really, really good, and before they did something and it's changed since. But my original Houdini was done through Huacan as a custom. And that was when I realized I could start doing my artwork. And then most of you guys know me from another company, which I'm no longer associated with. And when I decided to end that, I'd already been planning this long-term goal to start my own business and have control over my art and help other artists be in a safe place. So that's what Rose Profit Creations is about. It's about a place where artists can feel safe, where their art's going to be promoted, where they're going to get paid, they're going to have their art on good quality product. Because that's something I'm very, very, very pedantic about. And I have done I spent 6 to 8 months literally trying different suppliers till I could get the quality that I wanted. And I believe I've found that now. So
Nice.
Yeah. And my art ranges from political to fun to fantasy to animals and portraiture and landscapes. I'm kind of starting to dabble in a little bit, but I'm not very good at landscapes, to be honest. I'm a multimedia artist, so I use photography, I use digital, I paint it, I photograph it, I use an AI program which is set up for me, and I render and I do. So it's a big combination of what it's just it's fun for me.
Right.
Yeah. When I say I'm down a rabbit hole, I'm down like this massive rabbit hole of working on an art piece, or sometimes 10 or 20 art pieces at one time. I'll have one going in this direction, one going in that direction, and I bounce between them all. So
right.
And then I do a big release. Hey,
So-
Twinny.
What kind of threw me off guard, I think it was the first painting. Most by diamond paintings I buy from, you don't see the artist's signature on their artwork.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was that kind of just, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I got this. I'm like, I'm loving it. I love that you put your actual signature in your diamond paintings.
Yeah. So I used to sign it just RP and then the date, like the year. And then I thought, I had another creator say to me, oh, you should sign it like your name. Because Rose isn't my full name, but it's the name everyone knows me as. So I literally started signing it Rose Profit. And so I have it, to be honest, I do have it digitally saved. And I just plop it on now. So I'm not sitting there hand signing each single one. Because I'd be signing hundreds of them. So.
All right.
But yeah, I think as an artist, and I encourage other artists to do it, be proud of your work, put your name on it, put your John Hancock on it, because it feels more like an art piece. As when it's a diamond painting and you get it with the artist's signature, feels more like an art piece.
And
for the person doing it.
And the way I said it when I did your unboxing, I'm like, it kind of personalizes it. Yeah, it kind of makes it a personalized piece.
Yes, it's not something that's just like made in bulk. Right. It's like each one is hand done. It's not like, when I say it's hand done, of course I use technology, but I sit there and painstakingly, all that shadowing and all that lighting, I'm sitting there like this, painting all of that, and that's all hand paint. That's all me. The graphics going, yeah. So yeah, I put a lot of thought and I put a lot of time into the painting, and I want people to enjoy the art, because that's what art should be. It's meant to be pleasurable. It's meant to be enjoyable, and if you guys love it, then I'll keep creating. That's how I look at it.
So I'm pretty sure everyone's wondering, do you plan on coming out with any paintings that are going to be crystal diamond paintings?
I have thought long on this, and I'm working on it with the supplier, because the supplier says, yeah, he can give me crystals if I buy them in bulk, and we're talking like 100 crystal preset kits at a time. And so that for me as a new business, that's a lot of money. As a diamond painter, I know a lot of people, we go to Tmall, we go to other places, and we get our crystals and stuff. So for just embellishment right now, I've left it. I've brought in the ABs, but I've left the crystals because I'm particular about what crystals I use as a diamond painter. So I assume everybody else is. So I've kind of gone on that wavelength. But I am trying to persuade the supplier to let me have single printed on demand crystal kits. So I'm kind of trying to sweeten the deal, because they also have a diamond painting company of their own being in China. And I'm kind of like, I'll sweeten the deal. I'll throw in some free art for you to have full license of, kind of bribe them a little bit. So we're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think what got me into crystals was Star Ore, because Star Ore, they do mixed canvas kits. So you're getting ABs as well as crystals in your kit.
Yes. I would like to be able to do that, and it is something I plan to approach him again in the next coming months, is to do mixed media ones, because I think I'm doing a Josephine Wall one that is I've got ABs in it and I've got crystals in it, and most of the time I will flick both. At the moment, I'm working on Elder's Secret, which came with ABs. And what have I done? I've brought crystals in, and I'm putting crystal in it. So, yeah, I do that quite often. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm really good at bribing, Chris says.
Well, I've noticed a lot of the artists that Diamond Art Club has gone to like Australian companies, like Josephine Wall. I love her artwork. So trying to find her artwork in the United States is
you can't. Other than the company I was recently that I used to be with, you can find it with Deutschland, Diamond Painting Deutschland, and that is you can get max color through them. If just Josephine Wall ever becomes available down under for me to grab, trust me, I will be grabbing her. But she is tied up with another company, and they do try not to put the competition in there. So I'm on the list. I have to wait. That could be decades down the track. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
And I've noticed, especially with new diamond painting companies, they seem to they seem to pick up artists that people don't recognize.
Yes.
Like a good example is Bella Art de Nicole now owns Mary's Diamonds. And I felt so bad for her, because that company came out with a bad rep. Didn't have really good sticky canvas. They had popping drills. They had static. All the above. And people haven't bought from them because of that.
Yeah.
But
see, I was already well known because of the last year with Uniquely. So people knew who I was and who my art was. So I started with just me.
Right.
And that was the whole idea. Now I've brought in Libby, who is a budding artist, because I like to encourage artists. And on Monday, so in 3 days' time, we're launching Hannah Lipsky as well. I was once an unknown artist. I was once an artist that no one had ever heard of. And in some circles, I still am an artist that no one's ever heard of.
Right.
And so for me, I like to, if I see something good in someone and the art's good, I'm going to say to them, hey, are you interested? because we've all got to start somewhere. And I've been that little artist that nobody knew.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of it's easier for us to get licenses for the smaller artists and build them up.
Right.
And then make a name for ourselves as a company, and then we can get the bigger names.
Right.
I'm not famous, just people know me.
Well, how I got introduced to you was through Grace. I caught one of her, I think it was one of the times you went to go see her.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, yes.
So Grace is one of my very special friends. I love her very much. And she's actually godmum to my daughter. So we don't see each other as much as we'd like, but yeah, we do catch up often. So yeah.
Oh yeah, she's one of my favorites.
She's a very good heart, that woman.
So
yes. Sorry, I'm sitting on my couch today. So
she's very high spirited, and I always look for that in any form of a creator.
I think we go through as creators, and I try to bring to my channel, I try to bring uplifting and fun and excitement and stuff.
Right.
But like I said to you before, I've been battling a long-term illness, which is kind of, there are days when it's just too much and you just get flat. So most days on those days, I try to cancel it. Like I just won't do it live. So
yeah, because what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had COVID. So I had no need to even look at my YouTube channel or let's record.
When I had COVID, I was literally, because I have we have the fan group and then there's a room in there. I was literally in there with COVID in bed.
Right.
Yeah. And you've seen me in that room. My hair's a mess, no teeth in, Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Robin.
Robin won one of my grand prize giveaways.
Oh, nice. I do an event. I start an event next month, but there's no giveaways. It's all about raising awareness. And when I do awareness ones, I don't do giveaways at all. I want people to focus on the true meaning of what it is.
Right.
So for those that do not know, my daughter is a level 3 autistic, which means she severely has autism. And she was born with it. And so every April I do autism awareness, which is why there are so much rainbows, because rainbows are now associated also with autism as well as pride. And I'm a big pride ally as well. So yeah, so pretty much we have a whole event next month, and I'll be raising funds for a local place down here that supports children like my daughter. And I encourage people to donate, and we're going to have people come on and talk about their stories and talk about the positive side of autism, because there is a positive side of it and the fun side and stuff. So that's next month. Yeah.
Nice.
It's coming up really fast.
Yeah. I try to keep my events going, because that especially me being such a new creator, it seems to get my volume up.
Yeah.
Doing the events.
So I don't focus on numbers. I don't focus on, other than my financial numbers, which I have to because I'm a business, but I focus. I don't care how many subscribers I've got. I don't care. Like, my events are very, very laid back. It goes up in the Home of Rose Profit group, and then from there we just kind of tick it over, and people share their images, and it's about creating awareness, because I do a lot of. It's very rare that I host a fun event, so to speak. When I say fun, I mean like one that's just for fun. It's more like, I think I do that once, maybe twice a year. And then the rest of the time it's either I join in on someone's, if I've got a piece, or I do the more political ones. Like we've got in October, we're doing a pregnancy loss, stillborn and miscarriage event. for parents who've lost children, because I've also, I've gone through a lot as well as another mum I'm doing it with. Other than that, it's July is Rose Profit Fun Month, and you have a Rose Profit canvas. You come on to we have everyone on the live open channel pretty much for the whole entire month. We do a marathon, and it's just me celebrating my birthday and having it with everybody. And then in November we do a Doctor Who event. So I'm a geek.
So
yeah.
Have you purchased Firefly trays yet? Because I know they have Doctor Who galore.
I actually have a Doctor Who tray. I have a couple, but I haven't, because I do believe someone else has and is sending it to me. So I haven't yet.
Oh yes, their tray. I haven't purchased one of their trays, but okay, I have cats that like to. Oh,
yeah, the lids.
You have a
the
tray?
lids. Yeah. I have a cat. He's actually gone. He was sitting up there. I do have a cat, but he knows he's not allowed on my canvas on my studio. But my daughter, on the other hand,
I'm like, I purchased Mooney Made trays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not impressed.
I actually haven't had her trays. I predominantly have had Nyx's trays.
I even told all of my subscribers, I'm like, I don't know what the big hype's all about. I really don't. Because
I think it's people are going to like what they like,
Right. And the only thing I like about her tray setup is her long trays are shorter. They're not as big as Nyx's trays. Nyx's venti trays. If you shake those out of that tray, you really shaking that tray. Because she has really thick walls on her venti.
Yeah.
But I seem to go towards Nyx and Bella Art de Nicole.
Yeah.
Because they have really nice trays.
Sorry, I just my phone was ringing. People should know not to ring me at this time. I'm always on a live at this time. Nah, it's someone who I care about. So, yeah. So I predominantly have used Nyx Shrimp Boat because I work under a magnifying lamp.
Okay.
I can't have the light pads shine up into my eyes, and I have light sensitive eyes, so I can't.
Right.
I can't use a light lamp, so I use a magnifying lamp, and so I'm working under that. So I find anything too high no, I can't use it.
Right.
So the Shrimp Boat's perfect, and I'm looking forward to getting her Gremlin, which has just come out because that's like a shrimp boat with a lid,
right?
Which I asked her to do for me. So I'm
yes,
excited.
I have not purchased her Gremlin yet, but I seem to go for the smaller trays.
Yeah.
Just because I don't get a whole lot of time to diamond paint. After I get out of work, I'm either exhausted. I don't even want to think about sitting in front of a diamond painting.
Look, I work on diamond painting as in some form or another, whether it be designing, whether it be processing orders, whether it be chasing orders, whether it be promoting the art. Like literally from the time I get up until the time I go to bed, I literally live and breathe diamond painting.
Let's see. Yeah.
A little bit addicted, yeah.
But I've pretty much stuck to my, I was really worried starting a channel because I wanted to be strictly diamond painting, anything diamond painting related. A lot of creators, they branch off to other things, and it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of creators that have been kind of, I don't know, on sabbatical.
Yeah.
Like Rachel Ray, she's coming out of the woodwork now back to diamond painting. And it's like,
oh, that's good.
Where have you been hiding?
I think it's easy to get burnt out. Like I'm so addicted to it. I started designing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Cindy Lee. Hi, Stacey. Stacey is my right-hand gal. She is I'd be lost without her. She all keeps me organized and on my
Right.
and stuff. So that's really good.
There we go.
So you're going to show us what you've done on the canvas?
I don't know. How do you switch it?
Okay, so you go down into settings.
Okay.
And then you click on the camera and you should be able to flip it, I believe.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
So it's going to be dark. Give me a minute. Uh-oh.
Light it up, baby. Light it up.
Ah.
Is this breath? You go.
Oh, I had my hand was on the camera. So this is what I have left.
Oh, wow.
And it is huge.
It is huge.
So it's like halfway over the other side of my craft table. And then I have this down.
Oh, wow. That is a bit. Oh, look at that dragon. Oh, so pretty. I'm a big sucker for dragons.
So, and yes, I did enhance it.
You've got to. Dragons need to be enhanced. Like, so do tigers. Ironically, two of the art pieces I've been working on have one is a dragon series, which some of you guys have already seen if you're on my group or follow me. And the other one I haven't even released yet is tigers, which are very similar to the dragons, but tigers. So
there's a story to that painting, this painting. So, oh, what was it? Oh, last year I had started it for my Pride event. That's how long I've had it.
oh, hey, I've got one rolled up that I started last year. No,
so
no judgment.
Well, what painting was I doing? Oh, I had just finished Artemisa from Inscarero. She's already a big painting.
Yes.
And I literally jumped right into Pride afterwards. So I went from one big painting to the next.
Yes.
So I'm like, I got burnt out very quick. I was like, oh no, I'm putting this away. I can't do this anymore. And I think what did it was Artemisa was a square and Pride is a round because I prefer squares. I like the detail on a square.
Yeah.
And so I had pulled it out the beginning of this year to work on it. I'm like, I really have not gotten that far. So when I was out for my nose surgery about 2 or 3 years ago, I got pretty far. I got about halfway. And then when I was out with COVID, I'm like, oh yeah, here's my chance to tackle it.
Oh no, you don't have energy to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, I would do like a square every 4 days.
Yeah.
And in the States, you're only like my job, you're only allowed a whole week off paid.
Yeah.
So
same here.
I'm like, oh, I didn't get really that far. So disappointing. I'm like, because I usually save all my ABs from all my kits. That's the only part of my drills I save.
Yeah, me too.
So
ABs and crystals. The rest I don't bother with.
All the other diamond painting companies, if you run out of drills, they send you more. So what's the point of keeping? That's kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
And then my husband, he saw me pull it out. He's like, "Are we really doing this again?"
Yeah.
Because I would diamond paint in the living room.
Yeah.
And that just was not working.
Yeah.
He always would pick shows that I wanted to watch, and my face is glued to the TV, and no diamond painting is getting involved.
I binge watch. I binge watch when I'm diamond painting. Like I'll do a whole lot of diamond painting on the weekend, as long as I get my work done today. That is. So I set the laptop up and I will binge watch down in the lounge, like in the studio, and that's it. I'm just head down, boom, 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 boom. So
Right.
yeah.
So my rule of thumb with my diamond paintings is I kit up one huge kit because I can pack it away, work on it, pull it out, put it away.
Yeah.
That type of deal. Because most of my kits, a good chunk of it's color blocking. So they go pretty quick.
Mine is confetti.
I actually lucked out with the 2 kits I picked out. I was very impressed. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Some of mine, if you love confetti, they're perfect. But I do try to balance. I do very, very try very, very hard. Happy birthday to your mum, Linda. I do try to find the balance, but some images you just can't get away with it. Like
no,
it's just going to be confetti hell.
And I think that's why Josephine wall canvases are so huge. Yes. Because of the detail in it, and the company's trying to make it as balanced as they can. In order to make it balanced, they have to make the canvases huge.
Yes.
So
shipping for huge ones right now is through the roof. Like I freaked at the cost of shipping 100 by 100. Like this is like it's like $200 just to ship.
So guys, if you're wondering, you can actually pick the size you want on Rose Profit Creations website. If you're wondering, you can pick
round or square, and with or without ABs.
And with or without ABs.
I don't give you options of canvas because I found the most beautiful canvas. And the hashtag the
plush is fabulous. I don't even care where you got that canvas from, but don't ever let that go away.
Oh, I don't plan to. I do believe out of all of companies they supply, I am the only company that actually has that one.
Because what I had done, I was because I literally sat the canvas rolled up on my table. I turned away for a second and it was flat. What?
And when you touch it, like yeah. We had people that it started with Travis, and I'd go to him because I knew his had arrived because he was part of my testing team. And I said to him, have you touched it? Because obviously I had, and I knew how soft and how beautiful it was. And he was like, no. And I was like, so it became a joke, have you touched it? Because no one knew what I was talking about outside of the circle. So I'd be on a live and I'd just go to Travis, have you touched it? And people would just be wondering, thinking I was just being dirty, as I can be, but,
Right.
So we've now got Hannah then came out with the hashtag touch the plush. So yeah.
That was actually the first thing I did when I took the painting out. I was like, oh no, this canvas is like bad. Like not like bad, but bad good.
Yeah, they're addictive. And it's like, have you diamond painted any of it yet?
No, I have not. And what I like is I can actually diamond paint a painting if it's in baggies because I can tuck it away.
Yes.
That's what I like about Ziploc baggies because I can test my waters with I did that with one of the other companies came in baggies. Yep, I did I would say about a 3x3 section and it went in the garbage. Because I turned around and the drills popped off.
Oh no, we don't.
And
I've not had any complaints of anyone. Like we tested think there was like 20 canvases that got tested, and none of them have had popping.
Good.
Obviously I tested a whole canvas. I think I was like 3/4 of a way through a canvas before I thought, okay, this is it, definitely.
Yeah.
And mine was Danu, the big one that you normally see sitting behind me. Excuse me.
So I do.
So,
I'm
yeah.
probably going to work on one of your kits for after this is done,
Yeah.
because it will link with my Pride event that starts in May. So all of them are rainbows. So it doesn't really matter which one I do.
So Linda's saying my drills are awesome. That's good to know. And Chris is saying it's like diamond painting on a cloud. It is very soft and
Oh my
cushiony.
gosh. I just feeling it. I could tell.
Mm,
I was like, oh, this is going to be a pleasure to work on.
yeah. I did
Um,
a big, call it coming out of the wardrobe, because it was a well-kept secret for so long. And there were so many of us that Grace said we weren't in the closet. We were in this great big Narnia-sized wardrobe. And if you watch that whip and chat, I'm actually working on one of my canvases, and you see it sinking in as I'm diamond painting, and I'm just diamond painting them. But it's like, yeah, it's just beautiful. It is very beautiful.
I do have a question. Are you getting mermaids?
Funny you should say that.
You
So,
are.
if you are doing Mermaid and Magic event, you'll know that one of the grand prizes is a one-of-a-kind art piece by me. But I also have designed for next year's event. I've just got to finish them off. I didn't have time for this because it was like a month's notice, and there's no way I could get them up and
Right.
2 people at that quick a time. But yes, mermaids are coming in the next few months.
I'm like, that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, there is mermaids
Because-
coming, mermen coming
Yeah.
as well. And yeah.
Well, mermaids is one of my big mermaids and fairies are my 2 favorite mythical creatures. So I'm sitting here I'm like, oh, she's gonna do it. I know she's gonna do it.
Yeah. I grew up with Boris Vallejo, Jim Warren, Michael Whelan. Fancy art was my thing. So yes, you can guarantee there is definitely fancy art coming. Need the mermen? Yes, the mermen are coming. We do have Libby under Libby's artwork. She's got a couple of mermaids that have gone up. She calls them sirens. So there is
Right.
some art actually on the site. But it's not my art, it's Libby's.
Right. Tell us a little about they look like creepy babies in Marvel costumes.
Oh, the Littlies. So
I can't
that was-
scroll through those real quick because they creep me out.
see, they're actually one of my best sellers, ironically.
What are those things?
Yeah. So okay. So I used to say I don't do cutesy art, and then I started doing cutesy art, and the Littlies kind of just, I was like, I wonder what little babies would look like as like Harry Potter, and and it kind of just evolved. Like I have the whole Lord of the Rings series to come. I have Walking Dead. I have Supernatural. And they're all based around little kids. So yeah, but I also have cute dragons coming. So hang in there.
I'm like, what? No.
Let me get a drink. 1 sec.
I think.
1 sec. Let me get my drink. Oh, sorry, my throat gets dry.
Oh, yes. But there's one painting I plan on purchasing next, and I'm big into Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yes.
I saw that painting and I looked at it. I'm like, oh no, that's yeah. So that's on my list.
I grew up in an era what like Stacey and Squishy just finished their retro event, and I was laughing because it was like the era that I grew up in. Because like I'm coming up 50, I'm not exactly a spring chicken anymore. And yeah, so I was having a bit of a giggle. And so that was created for the retro event. And I do have some more that I plan to bring out at some stage as well. I have more art that I know what to do with right now. Let's just say that.
Welcome, Emily Hatch. If you're wondering who Emily Hatch is, she is from. They make lovely diamond painting pens. Oh my gosh, my brain just went blank.
Emily,
Diamond-
TJ and Emily Pens, yeah.
Yes,
So
custom pens by TJ.
I'm really good friends with TJ and Emily, and TJ will send me what he calls pen porn, so to tease me with pens. So then in return, I send him art porn. So we kind of bombard each other.
I have quite a few of their pens.
Me too, and more on the way. Always more on the way.
Let me see.
Oh yes, have you seen the new blank that TJ put up recently?
Yes.
You're welcome.
My bank account, when they do the auctions, I'm like, I try to get it right before the bid's over.
Yeah.
But I'll look at the price before I go and bid on it. I'm like,
And if you're
is
up
that
against
pen really
Shelley,
worth
ooh.
that? But let's see if I can get my pens into the.
I love watching Shelley at the end of at the end of an auction because it's nighttime with us. Oh, that's pretty.
That's one of theirs.
I have like a big ton in the studio.
There's another one.
That one looks familiar.
Yep. Is this one?
It's pretty. Oh,
this
yes,
is
Sarah,
actually
Stacey.
for my
Sorry.
Dakota Dotweiler painting, Dreaming
Yeah.
of Being Human.
Oh, nice.
This was my very first pen from them.
Oh, I love that one. That is so pretty.
And this is their hybrids.
Yes.
Has the wood in it. So, yeah, I own a few.
Well, I have quite a few that are actually based on my art. My first pen that I got from them was my Rebirth pen. No, it was the autism pen. So Emily
Actually,
did it.
One of the pens I won was based off one of your paintings.
Oh, there's bound to be back. So Emily and TJ are the only company that has full carte blanche to take an art piece of mine and create something with it. So
Emily. So Emily is like 3-hour drive from me, if that.
oh, I'm so jealous. So telling you that in 5 years' time, I'm actually going to be at Emily's for a visit. I'm coming over in 5 years is my plan.
Because when I get a pen from them, it takes a day and a half to get it, if I'm lucky.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It takes no time for me to get a pen. I
To
did
being
get
at the bottom of the world, it takes us ages.
I did get my first pen from Madwood Turning.
Oh, yes, I've got one. I've got one as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think I was going to like the feel of it. My hands are weird when it comes to pens. That's why I like Emily and TJ's pens.
I have it's a bit so with the health condition I've got, it brings up like fibro a little bit, fibromyalgia. So my joints will swell like they are today. And I find diamond painting can be very painful, but with TJ and Emily's pens, I thoroughly can just on a day when I'm not feeling great, I can sit there and still diamond paint.
I have what you call trigger finger, to where my fingers will lock.
Oh,
I literally have to put them back in, not back in place, but they do the whole lock. You can hear it lock.
Oh, ouch.
TJ and Emily's pens are like one of the very few sets of pens that my hands don't do that. Like Diamond Pen Pal is another company that I could their pens are, as long as it has their finger grip blanks, to where you have the like halo around the beginning of the pen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with it. And Madwood Turning, it's different, and I'm adjusting to it. My hands are.
I've got one here. I think it's got a theory in it. I think it was one of the free ones. It was one that was sent to me as a birthday present, and I've used it once, but I always go back to my TJ pens because
I do too, always.
They're just so comfortable for me, and with the fact that like today, like I can barely squeeze my hands together, so with those pens, I don't have to. It's not stretching my fingers out, and yeah.
So, I didn't catch their custom auction. They did one over the weekend, I think, where you can auction to get a customized pen by TJ. I did not catch it quick enough.
Oh no!
I because both of them know how much I am into rainbow, and I've been wanting a customized rainbow mesh pen for so long.
I had talks with TJ recently about rainbows, hence the rainbow pen. Blake, that's just come out. Yeah, Emily, TJ, and I had a meeting the other day. So
I'm like, oh yes.
Oh yes, I'll be getting one of those rainbow pens, definitely. So I'm a very big ally in that for the LGBTQ plus community. Right. My daughter was bisexual, and so is my son. Not Mackenzie, my older daughter who passed away. But and I have a lot of friends who are either they're in the community one way or the other. And so I have a big support. And this year I decided to hit politically. I've been like quite vocal on my channel about how I feel about all the new bills coming out in America.
Right.
And then our premier here in Victoria he released a video stating very, very directly that we will continue to support the LGBTQ community in Melbourne, Australia. Right. Well done. And calling out America, I love the fact that he calls out America. So.
Oh, I don't even care if it's your blank, Emily. I love the mesh blanks. I really do.
Yeah, it's like the blanks at the end of the day are good quality, regardless of whether you get how you get them, Emily, or how you guys do them. What makes them easier for those with joint issues or grip issues is the fact that they are designed in such a way that it's not painful to use the pen. So I can't use anything too skinny. So
my husband calls them my hookah pens.
As a vaporizer Islam. I love that.
He's like, oh, you got another hookah pen.
No, it's just another addiction according I think my husband just he says to me he goes to me, oh, we're talking because our anniversary is coming up and my birthday's coming up. And I said to him, I want some more Randall Spanglers. And he's like, don't you have enough? I'm like, there's no such thing as enough. There's just no.
I only own one of his.
I've owned 5 now. I started off I'd been oohing and ahhing over them for a year. And for personal reasons, I didn't get them. And then when I was able to actually start getting them, I ordered the first 2 because for me to get them down here, it's cheaper to buy 2. Then I don't have to pay shipping. And then I've had 2 gifted to me, and then I bought another 2. So it's kind of like
I have Jack-o'-lantern Time by Ray. Oh my gosh, that painting! It's small, but they blinged it out. You have
so I've got Elder's Secret, which is the one I'm working on at the moment. It's the one where it's no longer available. It's a mum dragon reading to 4 little dragons.
Okay.
And I had found it on their site, but it had been already discontinued. And I was heartbroken because it just reminds me of a memory and a time I can no longer get back because my eldest daughter has passed. So of me being the mama dragon, reading to her and to her brother and sister and my grandson. So I put a call out on my channel and said, if anyone's got it for sale, let me know, because I really, really wanted it. And a beautiful friend, Diane in Belgium, gifted it to me, and it arrived.
Yes. Oh, she's one of my favorites.
Yeah, the unboxing is up. You can actually see the unboxing. It was very, very emotional. I didn't edit it. I just left it as it was because she broke me. And I'm just lovingly working on it right now. So,
but
yeah.
I seem to go for like anything that's related to Diamond Art Club. I seem to go for Inscarero and Michelangelo. Those seem to be my two that I seem to gravitate to.
I seem to go towards things that are different from my own art because I can do so much with my art. Right. And even though I've done dragons, my dragons are different to Randall's in a big, big way.
Right.
And but I love his dragons. They're cute. They remind me of a time when I was into fantasy art, like the original fantasy art and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a couple few that are kind of growing on me, like Christopher Lavelle. I have to praise that man because he has some artwork that I just couldn't. Yeah, my bank account didn't even care.
My bank account's going no right now. It's going no.
Have a good night, Emily.
Night, Emily. Oh, yes. There's some of if you're on the group or you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen some of the dragons starting to come up. I've kind of been teasing, and I've always loved dragons. Like I've got a little cute one tattooed on my arm. Here's the spots. And so now that I've sort of been doing.
I do like one of your dragon paintings. I think it's either has a boy or a girl where they're nose to nose pretty much. It's one of yours, I think.
I'll have to go have a look. I've done so many dragons. They kind of blur after a while.
Oh, that one I might have to purchase.
Yeah.
It just, I like the type of dragons that look like they literally jumped out of Merlin, the Merlin era.
So I've got some coming from that are true. Like if you know dragon art at all, you'll know my Chris Achilles and Michael Whelan. They were two of the biggest fantasy artists for dragons in their time. And I've got one in the process at the moment it's a beautiful blue dragon sitting in front of a big, huge waterfall. It's absolutely stunning. And it is old school dragon style. It's taking me a little bit longer to work on because it's old school dragon style. Right. So, yeah, but it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of gravitated me towards this Pride painting was the dragon just screams like the Merlin era. And I'm like, yes, because before I even purchased this painting, I kept taking it out of my wish list, putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back in, taking it back. So I'm like, and I would keep gravitating to that painting. I'm like,
see, I was telling you ages when it keeps, if it pulls you in at least twice, just buy it. Save yourself the headache. Just buy it.
and I think that's one thing I like about all of Inscarero's artwork. It just pulls me right in.
Yeah, and that's art should evoke emotion. So for me, I've always loved art. I've always been a fan of art, even before I became an artist. So I think it's got to be emotional for me. I've got to have an emotional attachment. I can't just buy art for the sake of art. And I've been saying this a lot on my channel recently. I will support other companies easily. I've said to you last week, I'm not into competition. I'm not into competing with anyone. Right. If I can't stand on my own merits, then I shouldn't be in this business. I will purchase from Jack. I'll purchase from Craftably. I'll purchase from Creative Share if they've got art pieces that I want.
Right.
Because I want the art. If it's a good quality product, definitely important. But I want the art. That's what attracts me in the first place.
Yeah, there's like, who is it? Dakota Dotweiler. I just started getting into her artwork because Diamonds and Washi had done the unboxing of Dreaming of Being Human. I had never purchased a Dakota painting before, ever.
Yeah.
She unboxes that. I'm like, I went on their site that day and purchased that painting. I was like, have to have it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that painting screams Little Mermaid all over it. Got to have it. So I purchased that day. So I was just, it was one of those, especially when you're not used to that type of artwork, you're anxious to get it to see how the rendering comes out.
Yeah.
Because some companies, especially when they like, Jasmine Beckett Griffith is a very good example because she's everywhere. I mean, almost every diamond painting site you can find her artwork.
Yeah. See, I don't have her purely because I know it's public domain and I can have it and do what I like. I don't feel comfortable.
I don't. So what I do with her artwork is I purchase those from licensed diamond painting companies.
Yeah.
I don't, if it's not on any like Craftably, if it's not on Craftably's site, any of these licensed diamond painting company sites, I'm not going to purchase it because I don't feel comfortable.
I just, like I can, legally there's nothing stopping me from having her art, but I actually want to get into a conversation with her because as an artist, I spent a year, my art being sold with nothing. So I don't feel comfortable doing that to another artist. I physically can't. Oh, Braver Than You Believe. So you're talking, the dragon one you're talking about is the little girl kissing with the dragon.
Yes.
And then there's a little boy one. Yeah, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That one just kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that one. I might have to purchase that one.
So the quotes that those two go from are actually from Winnie the Pooh, but I didn't want to do Winnie the Pooh art. I wanted to do something that was more me. So yeah, I play around with quotes quite a bit and song lyrics, and I'll hear something and I'll go, oh, I've got to do that. So I'll go do a quick thing on it and go, right, I'll come back to that.
Try to, like right now, I'm big into Jem and the Holograms all the way. That was my favorite show in the 80s, and I am waiting. I'm waiting. I'm just, because that screams Rose Prophet. It just, I'm like, I can just picture that just sticking out, and I'd probably be the first person to buy it.
So you're telling me you'd like to see my version of Jem and the Holograms? Yes. Stacey, take note.
Because the only place I've seen that has art that makes that character is DIY Moonshop.
Yeah.
They have a civil art that is Jem.
So mine would not be like the traditional Jem, like
no.
ever. I've
even messaged Curtis Rakovich from Dreamer Designs.
Oh,
like,
I hate that guy.
Please do a Jem. Just do one. That's all I care. Just one. And I will have it.
Yes. So I did, like someone asked me for Smurfs the other day, and I was like, I haven't painted Smurfs in like years. Like I used to do them for Kenzie. I'll just bring it up. And like and it's literally like hand-drawn thing. Some guy says, oh, don't put it as a diamond painting. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, yeah. That was back in 2017. Right. My Rainbow Dash is pretty cool. Like, see, I've been into rainbows for a long time.
Oh my gosh, I'm big into My Little Pony. So
so was she. I've done quite a few My Little Pony cakes for her. but I've kind of come a long way with my art since then. I mean, this was like back in the basics, practicing how to draw a mouse. So we all start somewhere.
I have 2 paintings that have the Rainbow Bright vibe going on.
I've done some Rainbow Bright, I just haven't put it up yet.
And Rainbow Bright was one of my favorite shows.
Yes. No, I do have a few Rainbow Bright pieces of art that will be coming, and I have some Sailor Moon.
Oh, you definitely gonna have my bank account because Sailor Moon is it's one of my favorites.
If you saw how much art I actually have that hasn't been finished or released yet, you'd be like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I diamond paint my own. So I'll go, just give me 5 seconds. I'll go get the kookaburra because that's the easiest one to.
Well,
See,
guys,
I knew I should have shifted to the studio. This would have been so much easier. So I do my own. I have currently to do Rise from the Ashes, which is a Phoenix one. And I have another 2 surprises coming that I haven't. One's a mystery. But this was the last one I did, which is called Kenzie's Kookaburra. And that's because my daughter loves kookaburras. So this one is a 50 by 33, I think it is. But it was so much fun. And yeah, talking about multimedia, this one's got crystals and ABs in it.
Oh, awesome.
So I always put crystals in where I can.
Right.
But I haven't sealed this. It's literally just been hanging and there's no popping, nothing. So nothing. Hi, Melinda. Is she having issues? It is very bright and sparkly. I've got to hang it on a wall. I've got to get it framed and stuff.
So frames are. I do the stretch bar frames.
My brother is he's a builder and he knows how to do framing. So when he comes down next, he's actually going to teach me how to do framing. So yeah, I could do the stretch to canvas, but I want it looking really nice.
So well, because all the craft stores around here, if you want to get something framed, you're going to be paying a lot.
Yeah, Sarah makes her own frames. She's got some really good tutorials on her channel on how to make your own ones. It's cheaper to make your own and get your own done. It is.
There was this thing on oh my gosh, what site is it? It's one of those, places I only buy accessories from. That's about as far as I go with it. It's I think it was like FG Normal, one of those sites where you can get the sticky framing adhesive. It actually looks like a frame, but it's not.
I've tried those. I just don't like them. I'm a natural wood girl. I'm the greenie,
they look tacky.
Some of them, you can get some really good looking ones, but the ones I've tried just nah.
No.
No. And so this one I want to stretch. So this is one I'm going to stretch on a thing. And when I do my own canvases, the other thing I actually do is I sign them. Like I literally hand sign them. So the it's got my signature on it over here. But then when I've done it myself, I actually hand sign it. So, but this is for Kenzie, this one. Your favorite song is the Kookaburra song. So the many times people have heard me on my live singing the Kookaburra when she's home. So. So, do you have any questions for me, or does anyone else have any questions for me? I don't bite much.
No, Rose doesn't bite. So, guys, if you have any questions, just shoot away.
So you're gonna have to message me when you put drills down for the first time.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm trying to finish this, because I'm gonna be working on one of yours next.
Yeah.
I try to have a square and a round painting going at the same time.
I heard you say about how you buy a square and a round to test the company.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See,
I think it's because I seem to choose, like, Orlo is a good example. I had purchased a round and a square.
yeah.
I could just tell by the quality immediately. I'm like, I know what I'll be purchasing from them.
What?
You would think it would keep.
So when I tested the supplier, I actually tested the acrylics, the square acrylics, because they are the lowest of the quality. And I was pleasantly surprised at how beautiful the square was, like how they were shiny. I mean, they had a very minimal trash for acrylics, very like not many concaves at all.
Right.
And just pleasantly surprised, and the shine was phenomenal.
Right.
And so when I got my resin, which was this one,
California.
more surprised and how impressed I was with the quality of the drills. So, yeah, Cindy, I can sometimes. So, yeah.
Well, my very first painting I ever did was a China Company kit.
Mhm.
I had to do a lot of research just to make sure it wasn't a stolen image.
Yeah.
It is actually off the Homespun website.
Oh, yes.
They're based out of China, so
Mhm.
I actually have the Pride Fairy. It comes in like 4 or 5 sizes. You have the option to choose it from round to square, so I did a round. And there was more trash drills than regular drills. So then I had to go and find a diamond painting company to buy drills.
Yes.
And it's, you can tell.
Yeah. I've been in this diamond painting as a hobbyist for so long, and it is my go-to thing. I've been like when I had not last year, the year before, I had a rather bad breakdown, and my therapist that I was seeing said to me, "Well, are you creative?" I go, "Oh, I used to do art and I used to diamond paint," and showed her. She's like, "Well, why aren't you doing this now?" She's like, "This is really good therapy. You should be doing this." So before I even moved to Australia, I got back into my diamond painting, and that was how I met Jenny. And my first one I did off the bat was Shim Shimmel. It was a Shim Shimmel. And I left that behind for my sister. Still got to redo that at some time. But it's just getting back into it has changed my whole entire life. Like it's my world. Like I wake up talking or doing something to do with diamond painting.
Right.
And last thing I do at night is the last thing I do at night is play Ark. So
Yeah,
or some sport.
well, my husband, like when the minute he hits the couch and the TV goes on, he's almost always asleep before I even leave the couch. Leave the chair. So I'm like, okay, Derek's going in his craft room to diamond paint.
Like my husband starts work at 2:00 in the morning, so our time together is very limited. So when he comes home, my phone goes, I don't answer my phone. There's like 3 hours of the night where it's just me and him and Kenzie. And then when Kenzie goes to bed, we sit down and we watch something or we game together. And then he goes to bed and then I end up in the fan room and in the studio diamond painting with me.
Wow, Diamond Nana, you made it. So guys, if you're wondering, Diamond Nana is actually one of my moderators for my channel.
Oh, nice. I know Diamond Nana very well. I've known her since I started on YouTube.
I'm sorry, what?
So yeah, I am doing. My husband has
I
actually
don't watch
chosen.
it. I just put it on for background noise.
My husband has chosen.
Hang on a minute.
Autism
What channel?
Awareness
I think it's
Canvas.
128. I mostly put it on for you because I know when you're not interested in a movie or a show and you have no Judge Judy's.
Does Melinda know she's here?
I don't know. I don't think she does.
I don't think she does either.
Just no.
Oh, bless her heart. I don't think she realized she was.
She was on a live.
Oh, bless her bum.
But,
So yeah, no one's going to know what I'm diamond painting for autism until it arrives, and yeah. So I'm hoping it's going to get here in time. I'm screaming at my supplier, going, "Shipping numbers, shipping numbers, shipping numbers." Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Oh,
No.
I hope you're taking care of yourself, Melissa.
No talking.
Yes. Oh, you poor thing. I had to okay, so if you've ever had to have a urine test done and it's got to be first thing in the morning, and so you've got to go to the pathology lab at 8 o'clock in the morning when they open,
Right.
and your day starts at 6 o'clock. And there's like judder bars on my way to dropping my daughter off at the school bus. So yeah, I'm trying to go over those really, really slowly this morning.
When I had
drive
my
for a second.
nose surgery, they had told me, "Oh, you can't blow your nose when you first get up. You have to come in with a stuffy nose."
Ew.
Oh, I'm asthmatic, so
I can imagine.
No, phlegm and everything else. No.
One of the next things I have to do is have my hives biopsied, and I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Right.
Because that's when they sit there and they actually cut out a hive to confirm the diagnosis. So yeah, I'm really not looking forward to that at all.
Yeah. I was so glad to get that over with.
I've had many surgeries, but nothing on my nose. I've still got my tonsils. I've still got my appendix. I don't have a gallbladder, so I don't have. The only thing I've had done was when I had my teeth out. I had to have them all removed. So I was on some very strong medication, and it kind of just rotted my teeth, like literally. And so I got them all pulled out because I had abscesses under every single one of them, and it was just horrible.
Right.
Which is why I was cringing a little bit when for Timar's daughter with the abscess, because yeah, I think I had like 8 teeth. That's my dog. One sec, someone's just knocked on my door. How rude! People knocking on my door. Yes, someone's at the door. I got it. Yeah.
So, guys, how's everyone doing?
Not for you. That's your human sister's Milo. Okay. Sorry, it was a Milo delivery for my daughter. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, I had all my teeth out, and I remember I was my best friend was driving me along the road, and they put my new teeth straight in straight away. And so without thinking, like I'm talking, it was very, very quiet. And I always smile at people, like, like, so I'll go, this lady was looking at me and I smiled, not stopping to consider that I just had mouth surgery, I had all my teeth out, had these new teeth in. So all she saw was my teeth fall out covered in blood. This poor old lady just about fainted in her car. I felt so bad. But yeah, it was just like, oops.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, my husband doesn't have his top teeth.
Yeah.
So he looks like two different people.
I look different without my teeth in too. Like, and a lot of the time, if I've got real bad hives, I can't wear them because I get hives on my gum.
Right.
And so yeah, it's different again. And my bottom ones just don't stay in because I've lost so much weight. So yeah, I remember when I had surgery, I was told I was going to be the first one in the morning. I'm not a big fan of surgery.
Me neither. I actually have a metal rod in my leg.
Oh, what, a metal rod?
Yes.
Yeah, my mum's got one of those in her foot. She's 81.
Awesome, Diamond Nana. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Melissa, love. So I'm trying to.
So now, guys, remember, if you live in the United States, you're not going to pay the price that it says on her website till you go to checkout. It's going to be a different pay.
Oh, yeah, it's cheaper. It's cheaper for you in America.
Yes, it is. Yeah, because I got two 40x50s, and I think my total came to like $100.
So yes, it was Milo delivery.
Oh.
So Kenzie doesn't eat a lot of food because, well, she eats a lot, but she just doesn't eat a lot of nutritional food. And this is a Kiwi Australian thing.
Oh, okay.
And it comes with, it's got like vitamins and minerals and iron and calcium and stuff in it. So she has like 2 of these a day, at least. So it's like kind of like a meal replacement. And we have it with coconut milk. So
Okay.
yeah. So we get it delivered. And the other one was my drink bottle that I had to replace because she stole mine. So Powerade and Milo do not mix. Just saying. Oh, it's all right. The other week on my live, I unboxed toilet paper. So there you go. We get a delivery every 2 months of toilet paper, and it's a company that supports like 50% of the profits goes back to goes into the communities that don't have running water or don't have like toilets and toilet paper and stuff. So they support that, and they also reforest. So they're against deforestation. So for me, who does endangered animals, but most of the time become endangered animals because humans take out their forests, I'd rather buy it that way and support that. But yeah. So I'm a greenie, so yeah. Yes. But I still eat meat, guys, just saying. Just eat farmed meat, not wild meat. Yeah. So it's a big drink bottle. Hopefully she won't steal that one.
So speaking of tumblers,
yes,
I have actually made 2 tumblers specially made for my events coming up. I had one made for Leprechauns and Rainbows. I also had one made for Fantasies and Rainbows, which is a continued part of my event.
Yeah.
So I had 2. Those are going into my grand prize winners. So I'm doing 2 grand prize winners. One's for the first part of the event, and the other one's for Pride.
Yeah.
So
I normally, because Christopher Kalasa also does a Pride event as well. So he's he hooks me up every year. And I'm like I said, I'm a big ally and stuff. So we are looking at getting term votes done.
Last year, because it was my very first event last year doing Pride. I knew that's what I wanted as my very first event. So I didn't get many sponsors like I was like, oh, okay, I got a couple. So, okay. So everything I was putting into the giveaway was coming out of my pocket.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'm hoping next year goes better, because if not,
look, honestly, there's three things I say to people when doing, from someone who hosts events and from someone who participates in events, right? And take what you want from this. And I'm not insulted if people don't take my advice. One, stop getting hung up on sign-up sheets and Google Forms. Like, seriously, it's like, it takes a thing. Keep it fun, keep it light. And if people are in it for the prizes, then they're in it for the wrong reason, and your message is not getting across. Right. And that is one of the reasons why I will sponsor events occasionally, not very often, to be fair. And to be fair, I've only just started my business, so we're financially not in a huge place to do so. But I did last year, we did a lot of events that had prizes, and this year I've gone, no, I'm not doing big events of hosting with prizes. It's a lot of work for the person, and people are in it for the long reason. And like a lot of mine, like I said, I do the pregnancy loss one that's coming up in October. We've got the autism. I'd rather it be about the message and bringing people together in the community, rather than focusing on, oh, I'm going to get this prize, or oh, I'm going to get this prize. And to be honest, there's a reason why I drop ship, because I suck at sending things on time. So that is why I drop ship.
And that's one of the things. Everyone on my channel knows this. Yeah, I will tell them through and through. Don't think you're going to get your package on time.
Yeah.
Nope.
But see, when it comes to my supplier, this is the funny thing. When it comes to supplier, I literally hound them every couple of days. They're getting a message: shipping numbers. Where's my orders at? Why are my customers not getting their orders? Like, I literally hound him. Thankfully, I have a good relationship with my supplier, because we spent the whole time from May right through until like now, where we've built up a rapport and we've built up a relationship, and we'll joke with each other and stuff. But he knows me well enough to know if they're not going out, I'm going to start going, oi. I'm a good nag. I'm a wife. I'm a good nag. Like, seriously.
Well, because, what was it? A few months ago, I sent out all my stuff for my Christmas event.
Oh, well done. I haven't even done
like,
Doctor Who one yet.
Okay, guys, you're now getting it. But
a lot of it for me is my health, to be honest. Like, going out in public puts me at risk because I have no immunity, and then that makes me sicker, and that puts me at risk of having someone to care for my daughter. So I just, I work from home for a reason, because it suits my needs, and I can work around my child and stuff as well. So
because with my events, I don't do the Google Forms at all. No, I think they're a waste of paperwork and too much of a brain power for me. I get stressed out trying to make it. I'm like, no, we ain't doing Google, because that's the first question I get when I host an event. Oh, do you have a Google form? Why would I have a Google form for? You're here to enjoy diamond painting.
Yeah.
You're here to enjoy it. Not
just
okay. No.
Relax.
No, relax. Chill.
So I host all my events through my group. We have a start, like we have a week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, where people post. If I give away anything, it's randomly, because I've got it there, or if I can, and I don't tell anyone what my prizes are anymore, because One, I want people in it for the right reason.
See,
If you can, just have fun with it.
like the prizes I show are for my grand prize giveaway. So
Yeah.
that kind of, they're like, oh, okay. I don't like my regular giveaways I do. I usually don't tell them what they're getting.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here you go. And I ship it out.
See, for the autism event, I want the winners to be the charities around the world who support autism. Autism is huge for us. I live and breathe with it every day with my daughter. And if you know Mackenzie, guys, you know what I'm talking about.
yes.
So,
Daughter's just all types of fabulous.
yes.
Oh my gosh, because
She has her own little fan group, that one.
the live I watched was when she came on with you and Gracie right in the middle of it.
She loves Gracie.
I'm
Like,
like,
she hears
I'm
Gracie,
like, oh
she's
my
like, boom.
gosh.
Yeah. Hi, Neha. She
oh.
loves Annie Gracie. Like, she hears Annie Gracie's voice. Like, I helped out with the charity event that Gracie did last weekend. And because I went on while she was still awake, and she came barreling down into the street, like literally heard her running down the hallway. And she's like, because she heard Annie Gracie, and she knew where Annie Gracie was going to be, like right on Mummy's computer. So, and she's like, all of it. She loves Annie Gracie. She does. The other one she does that too with, there's two other people she does it with. One is Libby. You guys would know her as DP Diamond Painting Mama, or Mama After Midnight, I think it is. And the other one is Michelle Mills, who we see every 2 weeks. So she's like, yay. Yeah. And she knows Chris as well. Like, when she hears Chris's voice, Uncle Chris is like, she is. She's a sweet kid. Young lady. I shouldn't call her a kid anymore. She's 16. So, but she's had her hard times and stuff. And autism is exhausting for her
Right.
and for me. But we've got lots to celebrate, and we need to focus. That's what this year's about, is focusing on the rainbow. We call them the rainbows in our lives, and that's why because like autism is now rainbow colors, as they're doing away with the jigsaw piece. It's the infinity symbol on rainbows. So
thank you, Cindy Lee.
Oh, that's good. I actually haven't done one of your events. I think it's just last year was weird.
So
This year I'm just crazy busy.
My Halloween one's going to, because when I did my Halloween event, Halloween's my favorite holiday. I knew I wanted that as an event.
I like Halloween.
So I was very impressed with the participation in that event.
Yes.
I mean, they were constantly interacting with everyone, and it was like, oh, awesome. And Christmas came, and Christmas, oh my gosh, I struggled. I work retail. One time a year, you don't want to do an event if you work in retail.
No.
And I'm like, how am I going to fit Christmas event in my retail life?
No. I plan to shut down end of December, sort of from Christmas through until like for the whole month of January. We'll be open, like the store will still tick over, but nothing's going to be processed because I have Kenzie home for that time for 8 weeks.
Right.
And this last year, trying to juggle launching the new business, having her home, and then all the problems we had with the pool supplier. He had COVID go through two of the factories. They lost lives because of COVID, and then the resin shortage that they had because of the loss of lives and having to employ new staff, and then Chinese New Year on top of it. It was just like, no, I'm going to shut from Christmas time through to the end of January. Yeah.
So my Halloween event is going to be geared towards Guerrero. I'm actually going to do Ghouls for Guerrero. That's what the event is going to be called. And her artwork is just stunning. And I'm like, yes. And I've been dying to do an It's Guerrero kit. I have all but one of her kits. And
Oh, wow.
They kind of sit here and they keep
Screaming, do me, do me,
yeah,
do me.
do me.
Yeah.
So I have it down to I'm going to be doing the one kit that Diamond Art Club rendered. Didn't come with ABs at all, but
Add some.
Derek, don't play that.
No, just add some.
Nope, I'm blinging her out. That ain't
Yeah.
happening.
Look, bling is life. Bling is life. Like, seriously.
Yes, I plan on doing Wicked Witch by It's Guerrero. I love that image.
I do believe Cindy Walsh is doing, Love and Diamonds does. She's doing a big spiritual event because you guys, it's no secret, I'm pagan. So I think she does a Let Your Witch Goddess Witch Fly Free, I think it is, around about the same time. So this year I planned to do it last year, but I was busy. I was doing it, but secretly, and I couldn't because I was doing Danu, which is Mother of Moons.
Right.
So this year I've got lots of Halloween. You're going to like some of the Halloween stuff, Kevin, because I like Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
Yes. My husband's pagan, so.
Oh yes, I'm Celtic pagan, so yeah.
Yes, yep.
So he's going to like some of the art coming out because there's a whole lot of pagan goddesses and gods coming out.
When I loved when Diamond Art Club, Dreamer Design switched their canvases. I loved when they switched because I did not like their material of canvas with their old kits because you would be diamond painting and the canvas would do the whole, oh, we're not staying on the table anymore. We're going to go slide off the other drill tray. So I've learned to have my drills on the canvas and some form of weight on it to where it's not moving.
Yeah. So I have my workstation down in the studio is 3 desks in one. So my husband put it together because one desk was not enough because I do some pretty massive canvases, and then I have Kenzie come down and because when I'm doing art, she's doing art, so she has to have a section of the table, and then I'll end up with visitors who want diamond paint. So then I have to have another, like you have to have 3 spots, you know. So you just line up the middle, all the stuff, and
right.
go for it. Yeah.
Well, because I had purchased Moon Lily from Curtis Rakovich. That was my very first Dreamer design. Yeah. And that took me for a ride.
I've got one of the old kits, but I haven't.
Yeah. And you could tell that's why I kind of look at my Dreamer design kits. I'm like, I'm not ready to have a headache yet.
Yeah. Well, the feedback I've been getting is people are liking the balance. They like balance. They like a bit of confetti. They like a little bit of blocking. Some like more blocking than confetti. And finding a balance in artwork can be very tricky because the less confetti you have, the less detail you have. That's how it works.
And I think that's why I kind of gravitate towards Curtis Rakovich because he does have his kits are pretty balanced.
Yeah.
It's not so much his artwork that gives me the problems. It's the canvas or the drills.
Yeah. And it's also the amount of drills you've got in each canvas. So rule of thumb for us is if it's a 40, however wide it is how many drills you get.
Right.
So if it's like this one, the Kookaburra was a 40 by 50 kind of average. And it had 50 drills in it with ABs. So you'd see the same with yours. It'll have the amount of drills in there.
Your ABs are like bling-y.
Yes, I know.
Because I think the one that stuck out the most was it's like a Caribbean blue AB, and I just fell absolutely in love with that blue. And I'm like,
I love blue.
And I'm fussy with ABs.
Yeah.
The one the white AD.
I'm fussy with everything.
So, but yeah, with my husband being pagan, he's big into the witches and all that stuff. And Curtis kind of I kind of gravitated towards him because he has a
So
lot of
is your
witches.
husband a specific form of pagan, or is he just like, because I'm Celtic, so Celtic gods and goddesses.
I don't get into that educational
Oh!
background with him.
Okay, so I need to talk to him. Because Angie, you guys all know Angie Diamond. She's a friend of mine, and she did it was her birthday yesterday, and she's Egyptian goddess. And I'm just trying to find the image. Hang on a second. Oh no, I didn't. I have to go onto Facebook for that one. So I did her a Isis, which is an Egyptian goddess, for her birthday, and released it as an image. There it is. So I'm very much into making sure that there is enough.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so that'll be coming as a diamond painting, because I plan to do a whole section that's going to be called pagan section. That's going to be for pagans, and it's to do with the old gods. So like I've got a whole range of Celtic gods that I've been working on: Egyptian, Roman, Greek, and Italian, and like all of those kind of the old school gods. So yeah.
Well, me, I'm big into the Greek mythology.
Oh, you're gonna love what's coming in. He's gonna kill me, Stacey. He's gonna kill me.
I think what won me over with Christopher Lavelle was Medusa. Oh.
I'm currently working on it. Seriously. So what happens with my art is I'll start working on something and I'll get to a certain point and then I leave it.
Okay.
And I go back to it when I can look at it with fresh eyes, and make sure it's perfect. But one of the things I am working on is Medusa. See if I can find her.
She's one of my Greek mythologies that I love.
It was actually Tink who asked me to do a Medusa, and so I've been working very, very hard, and because history is I love history. History just. Let's see if I can find her. Did I tag her? Is the question. If I tagged her, she's nice and easy to find. If I did not tag her in my endless amounts of artwork, then we're kind of. Oh no, I did. We're in luck. I'll just save her down, bring her down. So she's not finished. I've still got lots of painting and making her more vibrant and stuff. But you guys will get the general gist. Where's my gallery now? Here she is. But she's absolutely beautiful.
Oh no, Rose! What are you doing?
Sleep well, Nana.
You shouldn't have showed me that because I want it.
So she's coming. She's I did a couple of different variations, but so this is some of the Egyptian ones that are coming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I also do. Here we go. See, everyone, I did a fireman with the Santa hat, and I decided he needed a little bit of an upgrade, so I've kind of been working on him as well. But then I also like a very old school fantasy art kind of style as well. So and then of course there's all sorts. I do and there's unicorns coming.
That's one of my go-to.
I've been doing different nationalities. Yeah, so that's a Jewish.
I like all the all the Asian girls that Crafties does.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all for it.
I do many different things. I've been redoing some of my original artwork that I did, just to kind of see what I can do with it now, because like I've learned so much and I've grown as an artist, which we do. Oh, here's one of the dragons.
Oh, the cute little dragon.
Yeah, so that's these little dragons that are coming. So this is yeah, you know how often people love to hate me now. Like, you know, there's my there's my cookie monster. There's my little Lone Ranger. So this is these are coming out. We'll start rolling out next month, the dragons. And there's
They remind me of Spyro.
I see. I grew up playing, like my kids have all grown up playing Spyro. Spyro is very much
it gives off
kind of
that Spyro vibe.
Yeah. Better not. Yeah. I'm meant to be shrinking, love. This is so there was a meme that was like it was about a joke about, you know, the monster white insomniac, it's a name for something when you can't sleep and you wake up and all you want to do is eat the insomnia. So that kind of inspired me to do the insomnia dragon. So I get inspired by weird shit. Hi, Berta, my love. And
Hi,
this is my little
Berta.
cutie. So we have some really, really cute ones, and we have some really fun ones. And this is, I call this one Libby because she drinks coffee over her computer all the time. And this is me when my computer's not going right. Not doing what I want it to do. Because then you've got to have the chillax, you know, you've got to kind of relax.
Right.
Yeah. So I have washing day. Like there's just dragons doing stuff that we do every day, but they're just done with a little comical, a little bit of cutesy, reading a book, riding a motorcycle, like camping by the fire, listening to music. Like these are just all inspired by what's around me. Kenzie, like, you know, doing her homework. I don't know if I've got the office one on here. I'll have to check. Doing the dishes. Hanging out the washing. Drying time. Sugar overload. That's literally what this one's going to be called, sugar overload. So it's just, I just have fun with them, and I just like, I like my art to be fun, and I like it to be, can't show you those ones yet. And like, I mean, I've been like photographs, I've been painting, like I took a photograph of a car, and this is the painting of the car.
Nice.
Need one needing gas. Farting gas or oh, hello, Pud.
So guys, if you're wondering, on Rosa's website, she just doesn't sell diamond paintings.
No.
She actually has like coffee mugs and all
Notebooks.
type of goodies that you can buy off her site. And then I think the one thing that drew my eye was, I think it's the endangered species.
Yes. So the endangered species, I'm actually, it's been limited, but next year I've decided not to do the limit because I want people to be more aware of the animals, and limiting it, while it's great, don't get me wrong, I think people will get more enjoyment out of it being more available. So the endangered species started with the gorilla Houzini, and I did him for my actual art degree, and I had to fight to get him accepted as diamond painting is accepted in my art degree, because it was a bit of a mission, but we got there. And so then I did Tusks of Love, and I did a whole range of them. But my art has changed so much from doing them like a few years ago to where it is now. And the new art is better. And I'm the first to admit that, because you grow. So this I'll still do the endangered species, but I'm not going to do it as a limited series. I'm going to do it as a full on, available for everybody consistently. And I will be re-releasing last year's in a smaller size and not numbered. So eventually, because Houdini sold out within minutes, and so did Dragons of not Dragons of Love, Dolphins of Love. So I just want people to be more aware of the animals in this, and each one has a story, and I research each one. So I'm very passionate about gorillas, and elephants, and just saving the animals that are endangered. Can you not put your bum on camera, Cat?
So, are there
He's a
any
goober.
plans of any more Phoenix diamond paintings coming?
Always going to be Phoenix.
Well,
okay.
because
Always. Okay.
I haven't
I've
purchased one yet, but it's coming.
It's Rebirth is my thing. Rebirth, it's always going to be. Let me just go back and
because guys, she has quite a few Phoenix diamond paintings on her site.
I have a phoenix tattooed on my leg. So okay, I do have. I'll give you a sneak peek. Not even on my channel have they seen it. So I did the original Rebirth. I'll just snap screenshot that one a bit easier. So you're going to get a little sneak peek of. So I redid. Yeah, these haven't been released yet.
Those are different.
So my original Rebirth is very much. Sorry, I just screenshotted it, so they're not very good quality. It's rainbow colored. Like
Nice.
Yeah, it's always been the rainbow one. So I just kind of played with it a bit. Yeah. So yeah. But I have Rebirth will always be something, and it started off as a healing piece, and I did it for beginning of last year to kind of give some healing out to the world. And then the official one for this year is actually From Ashes We Rise. And that's because no matter how broken we get, a phoenix will always rise from the ashes. So you can always pick yourself up and redo stuff and start again and recreate yourself. And that's pretty much what I'm doing this year. So so that's the main one from this year. And I've actually got the canvas sitting down in my bed in the studio. And I plan to be doing that around about May, as well as my secret mystery one that's coming. But I know what that one is. So the mystery is for everyone else. So there's an event Libby and Kath are doing, which is the DP Be Your Hero. Who is it? Who's your hero or something like that? Anyway, I can never remember the hashtags. I'm sorry. And so I plan to be doing that one for that event. So yeah, the mystery one. That's enough for some of us. Yeah, I kill Chris all the time. If you know me personally and like you're in my personal little circle, I torture people all the time.
I had one of the cats in here with me, and she's like, "No, I'm done staying in here."
I'm surprised Cola hasn't come for a visit. She's no way. I'm just going to hang this up because I don't want to get it ruined. Let's hang that up there. There we go.
So I actually just got a Phoenix painting in the mail.
Not one of mine.
No, I wish.
Shame. No.
I like the two that Diamond Art Club has.
They have. I'm very okay. So if I can do it, if I can do the art, I don't buy the art. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can. For me, when I'm diamond painting, if I'm gonna diamond paint a phoenix, I'm gonna diamond paint one that I've created
Right.
rather than somebody else's. But unless it's a different style of phoenix, yeah.
Right.
So
And see,
I mean, I
that's,
can do the fiery ones. I just
I
like the
think
rainbow
that's
one.
where I go with it when I'm purchasing a diamond painting is I seem to go for companies that the artwork when I click on the site, it's different than any other of the other
Yeah.
sites.
Yeah.
Almost every site I go on, the artwork's different. Like
Well, to get my artwork, you just have to go through me because I'm the one that's done it. So sorry.
I could
Not
lose my
sorry.
paycheck coming to your website.
Oh, I get a lot. I
Oh
get
my
people go,
gosh.
oh, like I'll put up a post and I'll go, oh, new art's up. And they'll go, no.
Yep.
It's like, no. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah. Every time I see your post, I'm like, no, I don't want to see it. Can I just pretend I just did not see that?
Just no. And it's see if you're on my Instagram, it's even more torture because Instagram is picture orientated. So I will put up art that's coming sometime in the future, but it's not released. I get people going, are these going to be diamond paintings? Are the dragons are being released earlier because I had so many people asking me going,
Right.
can you put these as diamond paintings?
Like Bella Art Day Nicole did a custom 3 divider tray for my leprechauns and rainbows, and they're rainbow. So, she's the only diamond paint tray company that knows how to do the rainbow filament.
Rainbows have so many different meanings for different people. Like we've
Right.
got the Pride, we've got Autism, and those are the 2 main organizations. But now we've also got Rainbow Babies. So
Right.
Rainbow Babies, for those that do not know, Rainbow Babies are if you've lost a baby and then you give birth to a live baby, that's your rainbow baby. And both of my children are rainbow babies. So rainbows are huge. And then you add a butterfly, you got me. I'm done.
Yep.
Hence, yeah. And I did do an art piece for the fundraiser that was for Shine Like a Diamond. And I gave away all rights to it, no royalty. And I'm not saying that just for clout, because I didn't do it for that. I did it because rainbows and butterflies are healing.
Right.
And so that will be up at another store, not mine. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm kind of gravitated towards rainbows because I'm as well as a rainbow baby.
Yeah.
My mom lost her daughter 1980, and I was born in 1982, so 2 years apart.
I'm a rainbow baby. Yeah.
So
yeah.
And when I came out to my mother, she's like, I should have known that because you were my rainbow baby.
It doesn't work in my case. Yeah. I mean, I'm like you. I like men, but you know. I like Scottish men, actually. My husband's very, very strong Scottish ancestry, right down to the red hair and the big long beard.
I think it's more, well, my dad's heritage is pretty much Irish and Scottish.
Yeah.
Back in
I go back to the Picts.
You did not mix marry with an Irish person and a Scottish person.
Oh, no.
My family did. My family didn't
Yeah.
play that. You ain't gonna tell us we can't marry somebody. So that was my great grandparents got married, and the Reagan crest is one of the original crests in Ireland, and they kind of kicked their crest out when that marriage happened because that's a no-go.
Yeah.
So then my mom's side, it's Italian all the way.
Yeah. So I'm on my grandfather's side, which is from my dad. my biological dad, we go all the way back. So go back to England, and then from England you go from my ninth great grandfather removed was his name was Enoch, and he's from Scotland, in the Highlands, and his ancestry goes all the way back to the Picts, so the blue people. So it's quite funny because this generation, like my generation, most of us have got ink. Like we're all tattooed up. We're all
Right.
very, very, very ink orientated. But yeah, so all the way back to Aberdeen, where the Vikings invaded, and then yeah, it was quite interesting seeing my history, and then we've got a bit of Greek and a bit of Italian in there as well. So
yeah, the critique for us was German and English. There's like a small percentage of German and a small percentage of English in my blood. I got most of all the heritage qualities because I am the oldest, so it kind of just after every kid. My brother Tim got the Irish all the way because he cannot hold a suntan to save his life.
Oh, bless.
So he'll go outside and come back in beat red. And I'm like, oh, so yeah, no, don't go outside.
I'm very fair, like Scottish. My natural hair color is blonde. Well, actually, no, my natural hair color now is grey, but you know. But yeah, I was very, very blonde, and except for Kenzie. Kenzie was strawberry blonde, and now she's just a darker version of strawberry blonde.
Because
yeah.
Well, my beard is where you can see where all my color comes from, because I go out in the sun and you can see all the red tint seeping through. It's like it's wanting to come out and make an appearance.
Hey, my husband has a beard down to here that is bright red. With little bits of white coming through. And if he's watching this, I apologize, honey.
So
I love me a man with a good beard. Think ZZ Top, and that's my husband, pretty much. That's what he looks like. So he made a guest appearance on my live on Wednesday. We're organizing to have a nighttime live, our time, sort of like a Saturday night live, where he actually gets on, and him and I sit there and chat with people.
So
how are you doing?
My best friend Angelique was a tattoo artist.
I need one of those in my life.
She died like 2-3 years ago of breast cancer.
Oh, sorry. Oh, so she was a warrior.
Before she died, she's like, I'm going to be fully tattooed before I die.
Good on her.
She was. From head to toe, she was fully tattooed. The only part that she did not tattoo was right here around her face. She did not want tattoos on her face. She got her degree in Princeton University. It was the only one of the very few universities in the States that offered tattoo design.
Oh, wow.
So she got her degree doing that.
Well done.
And we ended up having, I was the privileged donor.
You were the volunteer?
Yes, I was the volunteer. We have 3 kids. And one of our kids fell into her footsteps. She now is a licensed tattoo artist.
Oh, nice.
She actually had her shop's in Puerto Rico, because those poor children. I felt so bad for them when they were born, because they were all hair all the way. There was not one speck of their body that didn't have hair on it. Because Angelique was Greek and Hispanic.
Oh, nice mix.
Oh, her hair was like ridiculous. We went everywhere because me and her were born a day apart, literally a day apart. She was born March 8th. I was born March 7th.
Oh, wow.
And my mother and her mother were in the same delivery room together.
Oh,
My last name's Reagan. Hers was Rodriguez. So literally right side by side.
nice.
Her parents had actually moved out of the country for about a year, and they moved back to South Carolina. So I was in school. I'm like this, and I went home. I'm like, Mom, this girl keeps picking on me. She won't leave me alone. So my mother goes to the school. She's like, I'm here to talk about the girl that keeps picking on my son. He's going home crying. I was like second grade. So she calls her mother. Mother shows up. My mom looks like, no, that can't be you. She looks at my mother, you screaming thing. Because my mother screamed during her whole entire labor with me.
I can understand why. Like, seriously, I've had labor.
So, and I asked my mother, I'm like, what's she talking about? I'm like, you know that girl that's picking on you? She was in the delivery room with her while I was in the delivery room with you. So no wonder you two are picking on each other. So I think it was like third grade. I had moved away, not away, but had left the school district, moved to a different school district. So then I moved back. It was like fifth grade when I moved back. And I kept in contact with Angelique, but not a whole lot. Because when I was in third grade, we had our first, Mom called it play date. So first thing I did was grabbed her hair and yanked on him. Like, that's what you get for yanking on mine.
Night, Stacy.
Good night, Stacy. Thank you for coming in. But yeah. So about fifth grade comes around. We had every class together. And I'm like, why me of all things for me to be in the classroom with her again? So she walks up to me. Now, Derek, I'm not going to pull your hair so you won't whine. So we had, pretty much all through high school, we were in all the same classes. So by 11th grade, we just kind of, you couldn't separate us apart even if you tried. When I was in high school, they called us the super glue couple. We were pretty much super glued together. So, it was like one of those inside jokes my senior year, because she actually moved to Houston her senior year. I was a hot mess. I was like, I don't have my friend here anymore. So she gets on the phone. She's like, well, Derek, since we're graduating, now we can talk about babies. I'm like, no, we can't. So after she met her wife, she had told me, she was about 19. She's like, well, Derek, I really want to have kids. I'm like, you sure? Twins are on both sides of my gene pool.
Like, I am a twin, so yeah.
So we went to all the, the typical insemination clinics and all that fun stuff. And I only went once. Went back to Atlanta, Georgia, because at that time she had already owned her first. She had already started tattooing by then. So she's like, "Where you go?" I'm going back to Atlanta because I'm not going to need to come back here again because I already know I'm not. So it's about 3 months in. She calls me. She's like, you really suck.
No.
Doctors
you say on a good
the
day?
doctors did her very first ultrasound. It's like, it's more than one. It's more than one. No, you ain't having just one child. So at the 6-month bracket, they decided to double check to make sure she was having more than one child. She was a big girl. So the doctor's like, well, you're going to have 4. 4 what?
Holy moly.
He called me because he couldn't even tell Angelique, because Angelique's Hispanic and Greek, and their tempers are like, you better
She would've
evacuate the
freaked.
country.
Poor babies. Oh my goodness.
So that visit, I flew back to Houston, and I was like, so, Angelique, how you feeling today? What's going on? I'm like, nothing. Doctor comes in. Have you told her yet? Tell me what. Bye. He ran out of that office pretty freaking quick. I'm like, oh, what? Get back here. I'm not going to enjoy this pain by myself.
Oh my
So
goodness.
she's like, Derek, just tell me. Well, you're going to need 4 cribs, maybe 2 to share. And she's like,
I'm gonna kill you.
4 babies? I'm like, so her 9 months comes up. She's still not ready to have kids. They're not ready to come out at all. They're just kind of chilling there, saying, no, we comfortable.
We're just gonna chill. The fact that she made it to 9 months with 4 is a miracle. There's not a lot of room in there with 1, let alone 4.
So it was they were 2 weeks past their due date.
Wow.
So I get a phone call. Tiffany's on the phone. Angelique's in labor. We need you here. I'm like, okay. So at the time, I did drag shows, canceled all my drag performances then. And then on top of that, I was a traveling restaurant manager. I used to open all the Hard Rock cafes and TGI Fridays. I used to open all those restaurants. And my boss is like, oh, it's time, isn't it? Yeah, it's time for me to evacuate the country. She's like, just tell me when you're ready to start back traveling and we'll figure it out. Get there. Angelique had already popped 2 of them out already. I'm like, yeah, that woman didn't waste no time at all. So 3rd one comes out, and the doctor's like, we need to get Angelique calm. I'm like, yeah, you try getting a Hispanic woman calm. They want to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So then Angelique's like, what's wrong? And the doctor was pretty much blunt honest. He's like, something's wrong with the 4th child.
Oh.
So I'm like, what's wrong? So, and the doctor said, you need to push. And we're just good. And what they did, they grabbed the child. She didn't even see it because it was a stillborn.
Oh.
So Angelique's like, she knew. She knew the minute the doctor grabbed it, and she knew right away. So it was supposed to be 2 boys and 2 girls. It was 2 girls and a boy. My kids are 20. They turned 21 this year. Bless me.
Oh, honey. They're still babies.
So, yes. 2 of my kids came out to me. One of my daughters and my son. I'm going to find him in jail one day.
Oh no. Don't wish that on your kids.
Yeah, he's one of those that likes to go right for straight men. Oh yeah, they ain't straight. They're just confused. I'm like, okay, you're gonna go to jail.
Oh. Look, my son came out to me with the most weirdest way. It was when I did henbane pokeweed, and I sent it to him and said to him, because he hadn't come out to me. He thought he had, but he hadn't. And he goes to me. I sent him this picture, and I said to him, "Oh, this is you can share this with your future girlfriends, and tell them this is a self-portrait of your mother." And he goes, "Or boyfriends," and that's how he came out to me. And I was like, "Did you forget to tell me something?" And he goes, No, I've told you. I went, No, you hadn't. And he was like, absolutely. So we ended up having this conversation, a video chat after. I said, I'd been through it with his older sister, right, when she was alive. She came out to me. She goes, "Mum, I'm gay." I went, "That's nice, dear." Carried on doing what I was doing. She goes, "Did you hear what I said?" "Yeah, you're gay." She goes, I said, I'm happy if you're happy. She goes, "I don't mean that gay." I went, "No, you like girls. I got it." And she's like, "Do you have nothing to say about that?" And I was like, "No, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. You're still my daughter. I still love you, and didn't care. I cared about her, obviously. And then a couple of years later, she came out to me. She comes up to me. She goes, "Mum, I've got something to tell you." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Well, you've already told me you're gay." She goes, No, it's not that." She puts a pregnancy test in front of me. And I went, "I thought you were gay." Because I decided I was bi. I was like, all right. So I ended up with a beautiful grandson. And he is coming up 18 next month. So yeah, I was kind of like, all right, and sadly we lost her a few years later, but yeah, she tell you what, kids will give you gray hair. She was probably the one that started the whole ball rolling. When at 18 she told me she was going to move to Wellington to become a prostitute because that was her dream job.
Okay.
So I let her go.
Right.
And then a year later, when she rang me up and said, "Mum, I want to come home," I went and picked her up from the bus stop. So, kids will give you grey hair.
Or baldness.
Yes. So, yeah. I feel for the mother of your children. Having to take 3 home knowing one's missing.
Right.
Would have been very emotionally hard. I can't. I've lost babies. I've got 12 angel babies, but none of them were full term, and it's a hard thing. It's
It is. I try not to think about it too much, just because it was rough.
They're still a part of your life, though, even
Right.
though they're not them. They're still a part of that's still part of you.
Right.
But damn, you've got some swimmers, boy.
So, well, me and Angelique had made an agreement before we even thought about having kids together. I flat out told her, "You and Tiffany are the parents.
Yeah.
Y'all need financial help, I'll be there to help, but that's as far as it goes."
Yeah.
All the kids still keep in contact with me. The inside joke for Father's Day was I used to get a turkey baster every year for Father's Day.
I love it.
Oh my, I can't, guys, you gotta stop.
Oh, that's
I can open my
can't.
own kitchen shop with just those.
With just the turkey bases. Oh, please. I think it's, I follow, like I'm part of the community on TikTok and the LGBTQ community, and I'm seeing all these dads and these mums becoming parents.
Right.
And it is such a beautiful thing. It really is. And I love watching. There's one couple, Stuart and Francis, who I follow, and they've got this cutest little boy, Rio, and I've followed them like since he was born. and they've just decided to add to their family. And just watching the life that they have, and the beauty and the love and the,
Right.
you know, you cannot have enough love for a kid, and it doesn't matter in what form that parental love comes in. You know, if it's two mums, two dads, a mum, a dad, whatever.
Right.
As long as there's love. And your kids were blessed because they had two beautiful mums, obviously, and they have
Right.
you as their dad.
Right.
And you know what? They're 20. They will eventually. You don't be surprised if they come and hunt you down.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, especially when they start being parents themselves.
Right.
Then they hunt you down.
Well, so guys, I would love to thank Miss Rose Prophet for coming and joining
thanks
us
for
for
having
my
me.
live, because we've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, no wonder I'm feeling tired. My body
So
tires
it's
very
been
quickly.
It's been a long night for me, a long day for Rose. So, guys, I want to just thank everyone for coming supporting my channel, as well as supporting Rose Prophet. Go check out her website, guys. She has tons and tons of goodies.
There's lots more coming.
So I am going to be saying goodbye, and bye, Rose.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having me. It was great fun.
You are so welcome.